Rocky Mountain Construction of Northern Idaho is currently dominating the coaster industry. They are creating some of the best roller coasters that we have ever seen. These are all world-class attractions. Coaster enthusiasts are going nuts over them. Parks are saying we all want one, but still they're a fairly new company, so there aren't too many of their rides. That being said though, everyone is trying to get on as many RMCs as possible, and I am very fortunate enough to have been on 8 of them. So in this video, I'll be ranking all of the RMC coasters that I've ridden. Doesn't matter if it's a wooden coaster or a hybrid, we're just throwing all of them into the mix, ranking them based off of how much I like them. And at some point I will be updating this list because of course there are some RMCs I have not been on. Like I have not been on Medusa Steel Coaster, Wicked Cyclone, or Wildfire at Colmartin. I'll be riding Wicked Cyclone in June of 2017, but the others I have no idea when I'll get around to. So at some point I will update this list. Probably sometime in 2018, also because by then we will have some new RMCs such as RMC Hurler, so we'll be able to throw those into the mix. But for now, let's get into this. Starting things off with our coaster in last place is the Joker at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Now I gotta preface, none of these rides are bad, they are all great coasters, but this one I thought was definitely the weakest RMC. Still has some great elements, but I think from the beginning Six Flags could have chosen a better roller coaster to give the RMC treatment than the Joker. I think it's kind of cool that we got to see what a GCI would look like as an RMC. It's definitely the best ride at Discovery Kingdom, but I think just by nature, the rest of these coasters that you'll see in this list are superior. And I think just because I'd ridden a lot of these RMCs before I got to the Joker, so I knew what all of these RMC coasters were like. So I was a bit let down when I got to the Joker. I was saying, well, I've ridden all these other RMCs and I thought they were all great, but this one was kind of underwhelming. So that's a bit unfortunate, but I think again, it is still a good ride for sure. Next, we're moving to Six Flags Great America for Goliath. Their massive wooden roller coaster, 72 miles per hour. When opened, it was the tallest, fastest, steepest wooden roller coaster. And of course, the one thing that everyone complains about this coaster is that it is short. And yes, Goliath is a short ride, but it packs a lot into it. Every single element on this roller coaster is great. I love the drop, great bank turns, some solid airtime moments. Again, probably only like 2 airtime moments, but both of them are very solid. Gotta love that 0G stall. Currently the only dive loop on an RMC, that is great, love that. And I think it's kind of cool how it's compact and it works itself into a very limited amount of space, but it's still a kick butt ride. Coming in at number 6 is the first ever RMC, New Texas Giant. And this ride is great. This was the first RMC I ever rode, and I still love it. This is a fantastic roller coaster. I think a lot of people kind of forget about it because all of these newer RMCs are kind of taking the spotlight, but this is still great. I love how it is a long ride, tons of airtime moments, and to contrast against some of these other RMCs, this one kind of has a very spread out layout. It has lots of elements, but they're not all bam, 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 bam. You have airtime that gives a mix between floater and ejector, these wide banking turns. And of course you have those light up tunnels at the end, those are tons of fun. So just in general, New Texas Giant, great roller coaster. Best coaster at Six Flags Over Texas for sure. We are now at our top 5, and this is Storm Chaser. What a fun coaster. From the moment you detach from the lift, you are going through some fantastic elements. I love the drop. This inverting corkscrew drop that we've never seen before in the US is fantastic. You are out of your seat the entire time, and then you go into this massive airtime hill. Some bank turns, some twisted airtime moments, another inversion, but this ride definitely focuses on airtime. It has a few inversions, but when it has airtime, it has airtime. It's super re-rideable. I had tons of fun on it. Really gives Kentucky Kingdom a phenomenal top 2. Up next, we have another wooden roller coaster, Outlaw Run. This was the first RMC Woody, and it's also the only one to feature a double barrel roll. And you want to talk about a ride that incorporates the terrain, gives you tons of speed and great elements, this is your ride. The double barrel roll is fantastic. You have a wave turn, and you're flying through the woods, which just makes you feel like you're going that much faster. It's really hard to get footage of this coaster from inside the park just because of its location. So Outlaw Run gets 2 thumbs up from me. This is a great RMC, but not good enough to make the top 3. So taking our third spot is Twisted Colossus. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. This ride blew me away. This is a coaster that I thought looked good, but when I rode it, I was blown away. I had heard from everyone how great it was, but I was worried about the dueling aspect and everything. But then I got it, I said that was fantastic. It was my 200th roller coaster, so it holds a special place in my heart. But every time I got on it, it was a great ride. Was Six Flags perfect with the dueling? No, they weren't. And it's sad to hear that it seems like nowadays it probably doesn't duel more than it does duel. I'm just fortunate enough that when I rode it, it was dueling almost every single time. And when it duels, it is just that much better, guys. It's like you're getting 2 roller coasters in one. If you want a definition of a coaster that is just plain fun, this is it. It's not as fast or intense as some of these other RMCs, but it is just so much fun that it well makes up for it. So next we are at our number 2 roller coaster, which up until recently was my favorite RMC. This is Iron Rattler at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. And I mentioned how I like Twisted Colossus more than I thought I would. Well, Iron Rattler, it was even more so. This coaster exceeded my expectations. Back seat, left side, right there. You are on one of the most incredible roller coasters I've ever seen. Out of your seat airtime, twisted drop, great 0G roll. It looks kind of sluggish in the POVs, but trust me when I say when you ride it, it is a lot faster than it appears. Front row is good, but again, the back is where it is at all the way. It could be a bit longer, but if you want a ride that you can't go wrong with and is going to be great every single time, this is it. So what is going to be number 1? It is probably the hardest to get on of all of these roller coasters. This is Lightning Rod, Dollywood's launched wooden roller coaster famous for all of its problems. And I know there's some people who are watching this video who have yet to get on it because it is so tricky because of all of its downtime. And up until recently, that was me. So trust me guys, I understand if you kind of feel a little animosity towards this ride. If you're kind of anti-Lightning Rod because you've been screwed over by it, I totally understand that. But let me say guys, it's all worth it in the end. It took me several tries to get on it, but once I was on it, I loved every second of it. Front row is my personal favorite. I love the launch, every single element. It is so intense. This is a coaster you really have to ride more than once so that you can actually understand what is going on. The first time you ride it, everything just goes by so fast. It's all a blur. You're like, what had just happened? So you really just have to ride this thing over and over again. Everyone talks about how great Lightning Rod is, and let me just say it lives up to the hype. Best RMC, that's for sure. So that is my list of the RMC roller coasters that I have ridden. Again, there's still a few that I have yet to get on, and as RMC continues to build more roller coasters, there'll be even more that we still have to go out and ride. But I'm sure as they do that, they'll be able to get better and better. I mean, look at Mean Streak. This thing is looking fantastic. So this list, I'm sure, will be very different in the near future. So stay tuned for eventually that updated RMC list. But as of right now, these are my favorite coasters by Rocky Mountain Construction. So let me know below which ones are your favorite. Do you have a bucket list of RMC coasters? Any ones that you want to ride in particular more than others? Post all those thoughts in the comment section below. And of course, stay tuned for more coaster countdowns here at Coaster Studios.